Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over BeeGees, Timeless, all time's greatest hits. I've wanted to talk about this since I picked it up. The BeeGees don't make my top 20, but they're in the top 30 for sure. They're probably 21. Yeah, 21. I don't have like a list to 100 or anything, but anyway, let's just get straight into it. I use the 70s intro as the BeeGees are most well known for their 70s disco. That's what made them ultra famous. But they were prevalent in the 60s and the 80s and so on. But anyway, I love this sort of... see if I can remember their names. That's obviously Barry Gibb. You got Robin Gibb and... Barry, Robin, and... is it Maurice? Surely it's not Maurice. Is it Maurice? Please tell me the other. It is Maurice Gibb. I got it right. Sweet. But I love that jangly sort of 70s disco ball cover. And I love the picture of them on the beach at the back. And a really great gatefold. Like, if you're in the market to pick up a BeeGees record, I would definitely recommend getting this one. Nice label. BeeGees label. Absolutely love this. I love it. Sorry, I died there. I love best of albums because they're not a studio album, so they don't have to follow a certain design dynamic, if that makes sense. So they can be, you know, this is very BeeGees. Like, I got this over here. ABBA. That will get its own video in time, but just quickly, another 70s act that I absolutely love. But anyway, back on topic. Let's talk about the songs, because that's the best bit of it all, really. Previously, I'd said I wouldn't cover best of albums, but I'm never actually going to pick up... Well, I say that. I might pick up Saturday Night Fever, the album. But other than that, I don't really see any reason to buy a BeeGees album. I'm not interested in, like, the deep cuts. The hits, I adore. And something you have to understand before we get into it. The BeeGees wrote... these three brothers wrote all their own songs. All their hits were fully theirs. You know, lots of artists have not ghostwriters, but you know, they have people who write songs for them, and that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But these three wrote all the songs that I'm about to list off. So it starts with their 60s stuff, which their 60s sort of sound is very Beatles-esque. It's very 60s pop with like jangly guitars, lovely piano, and some really smooth vocals. They tell me who sung, because they were, no, it doesn't say on here. Anyway, so it starts with Spicks and Specks, which is a really good song. And New York Mining Disaster is great. To Love Somebody. Massachusetts is probably my favourite from like their 60s era sound. Words, I've Got to Get a Message to You, are all amazing songs. I Started a Joke. Again, absolutely stunning song, really good. You need to, if you've never heard, obviously the BeeGees are famous for their disco stuff. They are known in the music industry as the kings of disco. But if you never listen to their 60s stuff, you do need to go back and give it a go, because it is amazing. So I Started a Joke is amazing vocals. Lonely Days is great. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart? Amazing. Jive talking, telling me lies. Yeah, it's an amazing song. Nights on Broadway, amazing. Jive talking, the groove and the beat. Oh, so good. It's so it was 70s funk and disco. So on vinyl, it just sounds so good. Sort of like disco, funk, soul, any sort of sound with a really like banging bass guitar, like a groovy bass guitar, sounds amazing on vinyl. And jive talking just sounds amazing. Nights on Broadway is great. So that was side B. Side C, Fanny, Be Tender With My Love. It's an alright song. But now we're getting into the famous ones. So we got You Should Be Dancing, yeah. So I will never do that again. Amazing song, so catchy and groovy, I love it. How Deep Is Your Love? It's an amazing song. And then How Deep Is Your Love? It's one of the most beautiful songs of all time. And you can call it cheesy, you can call it this, that, or the other. I absolutely love it. As soon as I hear it, I can sing along. I don't know the lyrics off by heart. I couldn't sing it to you now like I could some other songs. But when it comes on, it just instantly comes back into my brain and I can sing along. And then we have Staying Alive. Staying Alive. It's an amazing song. Of course, that's probably their most famous song. Night Fever. Absolutely brilliant song. It's from a film with John Travolta, I swear. No, the film is Saturday Night Fever. It's was it? Maybe some of the older generation could tell me, but was it John Travolta? I swear it was John Travolta. More Than a Woman is an amazing song. Too Much Heaven is great. Tragedy has got to be my favourite of their like that 70s disco sort of stuff. The really amazing sort of, I think it's just a really loud piano that comes in at the start. It's just brilliant, and the vocals on the track are stunning. I absolutely love it. Love You Inside Out is a great song, and it ends with You Win Again, which is a song from 1987, which I believe was their last big hit. But it is an amazing 80s synth pop song, and the beat, the air drum beat, like this sort of 80s style beat in it is amazing. So much so that Phil Collins was jealous. He loved You Win Again by the BeeGees because of the drumming in it. And if you can make Phil Collins jealous, you know it's good. So the harmonies, I would put the harmonies on this album, or from the BeeGees, up there with Paul McCartney and John Lennon. Some of the most beautiful harmonies ever, I swear. Absolutely stunning. You know, they could sing when they were singing together. It was so in tune and very, what's the word? They would just they really worked well together. I forget what the word is, but it was just amazing. And seriously, I know that disco gets a bad rap. Disco is one of the only genres that has a date of death, the death of disco, which I'll probably have to cover someday. But I love disco. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall is an amazing album, amazing act, and ABBA is as well. But yeah, in conclusion. So just quickly, in conclusion, I mean, this is one of my favourite albums at the moment. I mean, I am listening to this quite a lot. Sometimes I will skip side A, because it is just their 60s stuff. Sometimes I want to go straight to their better 70s disco stuff. But, just, you know, even so, it's still amazing. So, the 60s style, you've heard the 70s stuff. That's the really famous stuff. So I'm going to recommend some of the 60s songs for you to check out if you probably haven't heard them. Listen to Massachusetts is amazing. I Started a Joke, amazing. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, amazing. You definitely need to listen to those 3 songs. Before I go, today I'm filming, I think it's the 10th. No. Sorry everyone, I wanted to talk about them quickly, but I forgot what they were called. I do apologise. As I film this today, one of the founding members of Kool and the Gang has sadly passed away at the age of 67. So God bless you. I hope you found peace in heaven. Kool and the Gang have some absolutely amazing songs. Kool and the Gang have they're songs that you don't know it's Kool and the Gang. You've probably never heard of the song title, but when the song comes on, you know it, and you could probably even sing along to it. They're one of those sort of acts, and they are amazing. Celebration time, come on. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. God bless Kool and the Gang, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.